Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be talking about One Piece 1156, that is the latest episode in the manga, okay? I'm gonna be talking about a lot of spoilers, so if you haven't read the chapter for this week, please go to the main channel, go to my main channel and check another video that is a little bit older so you don't have spoilers, okay? For today's video we have this space more or less as you may have seen in the miniature. We are gonna be drawing Shakky, Shaku Yaku, former empress of the Kuja Pirates. So this woman is the one who was the leader of the Kuja Pirates before Boa Hancock. Okay, we have a couple of empresses that we may talk about them during this episode because there's been a lot of focus in Amazon Lily and these girls. So we had Gloriosa first. After Gloriosa goes Shakuyaku. After Shakuyaku goes Tritoma, okay, that we see in this episode as well. And after her we have Boa Hancock, okay. So let's start talking a little bit about the episode in general. I want to draw Shakky in her current outfit, in her current design more or less, and we will do the shape of the body, something like this, and then when this is a scene that she's sitting after the Blackbeard attack into the Amazon Lily, when Rayleigh and her go to save Boa Hancock. We have this moment where she's sitting. I'm thinking I really don't like the colors used in the anime to paint her clothes and everything, so I'm just gonna do different colors, okay? So don't take it wrong. This is not gonna be, you know that when I am drawing and One Piece characters and everything, I always like to do them very maybe more caricature or a little bit different than normal, and that's it. But yeah, let's kind of start the analysis, okay? It's gonna be analysis, talk through a little bit of review of the episode. The cover spread, I love it. Is one of my favorite cover spreads so far. We see Luffy in the middle, Rayleigh, Scopper Gaban, Roger, Sanji, Zoro as well around him. We have Nami in the corner as well, and the rest of the Straw Hats like in the pockets of Luffy, and it is very, very nice. I think Oda is kind of drawing more and more parallelism between Roger's crew and Roger specifically and Luffy. I'm liking it. I don't normally like when stories are repeated and the information has already been given about something and is gonna be the same. Okay, so Luffy is doing the same like Roger used to be. I don't like that part of a story, but here Oda, I don't think is doing it the same, okay? I think we're gonna have some sort of interpretation of things, and Luffy 100% will end up arriving to a different conclusion that Rayleigh and Roger did. And this is all something that happens when we are meeting Shakky in Shabondi Archipelago, and they are talking and they are arguing there, and they realize that Rayleigh is from Roger's crew. Rayleigh has seen the end of the story, let's say, and Usopp is asking, hey, we are here. Tell us what is the One Piece, tell us this, tell us that. And then Luffy gets very upset there. Rayleigh says, go, basically go, in your adventure, see the end for yourself, and I'm sure you will draw different conclusions from what we did. I think that is very important for the story, and we are gonna see that reflected in this parallelism. So this 1156 is there is a big parallelism here between Luffy and Roger and the rest of the crew. I'm presenting it to you, but it needs to be different outcome, okay? This comes very interestingly in this number 1156. That 56 is Luffy's number. Is 5 is Go and 6 is Mu. Go Mu, from the Gomu Gomu. You know that Oda has this kind of thing about numbers, and all of the characters are related with the name of the number and the name of the name itself, or the Gomu Gomu, or the fruit, for example. And I was expecting to see some sort of, how to say, some sort of focus in Luffy in this episode that we didn't have as such. But there are some notes at the very end, in the last page, in the last 2 pages, that I have some thoughts, okay? I have some thoughts. I know is something that is being explained already, but I will go to it when we reach that page, okay? So, let's go into this. Before, I just want to say there is something very interesting. Luffy is wearing a bracelet that it says Nereida. Nereida is a, let's say, water nymph that they were able to control the seas, etc., etc. Is this connecting to Imu? Because Nami is the only one extra, apart from the trio of monsters from both generations. Nami is the only one that is drawn bigger, and the bracelet in Luffy's arm, when Luffy has something written on his arm, it means something. It means something. So maybe this is like a tiny clue that Oda is leaving there for us, like Nami and Imu are connected in some sort. I have this very nice theory here about Nami that I think she is more important than the one we think, okay? So I invite you to click on that video and feel free to share your opinion and open conversation about Nami, because it is very, very interesting. Let's do... I just want to focus here 1 second, and then we start digging full on in the story, okay? I just want to make sure that we have some sort of head design for Shakky, and then we just dive into the episode. I want to thank everyone. We are growing slowly here in the channel. We are like more than 360 videos at the moment, and everyone is receiving it very nice, subscribing, sharing, liking, and everything. Thank you very much. I appreciate all this support. If you want to subscribe, if you are a new person watching this video, new follower, or new to this channel, thanks for being around. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the other things that I have around in the channel, and yeah, I always say this by the end of the videos, but if you are starting to watch this theory and this is the first time, feel free to send some requests as well of what things you would like to watch in the channel, what characters you want me to draw or talk about them. It doesn't need to be One Piece focused. It can be any other story that you like fantasy or whatever you want. And if I know about it, I will check a little bit, and I will let's say learn if I don't know and talk about it as well, okay? Because I love to open discussion about kind of fantasy stories and all these things. I enjoy a lot doing these videos, and I wanna keep doing it, and yeah, have requests every now and then. We have done some requests, but just saying here this so we can have other things that you wanna see, okay, in the channel. So let's do. The head is looking a tiny bit maybe smaller. But we will see when we do the line work. We will kind of... I want to draw loose, okay? I'm going to go a little bit more fast now. I want to speed up this process and have all of these things done. So we start back on the days. We are in an island. Everyone has been defeated. Everyone has hearts in the eyes, and they are smiley. Straight away I thought these are Kuja pirates related, but at that time of Rocks, because we need to remember that we are at the moment in Roxy's flashback with... we are seeing this through Loki's memory. So I don't know how Loki can have a memory of this, but probably... in the trips that Rox was doing to Elbaf to try to hire or recruit Harald, he was telling his stories, so the other guys were telling their stories as well and their adventures, like Shanks used to do with Luffy, and Loki knows all of these things because of that. Because we need to remember that we are in Loki's flashback, and the outcome of this flashback needs to end up with Loki. Okay, that's something very important that I think we are forgetting after focusing so much in Rocks these weeks. But let's carry on. The Kuja pirates, they are introduced again. They have the same ship, the same type of snakes and everything. So those snakes must be pretty old. Probably they are a couple of generations there on the ship, and that is something very nice, because even the sea monsters are scared of them, because they have some sort of poison that it's lethal even for the sea kings. That's why they kind of leave them cross the sea, because remember that Amazon Lily is in the middle of the calm belt. We have a line on the sea, that the line on the sea is the Grand Line, okay? And then there are two lines on the sides that they are calm belt. Calm belt, there is no wind, that this is a real phenomenon that happens on the seas in some places. There are no winds there, and is basically a nest of gigantic, ginormous sea beasts, sea kings, okay? And because these snakes have this poison, the Kuja are able to cross without being sink, okay, on the sea. Very nice. The Marines, Vegapunk has discovered as well some time ago the Karuseki appliances, so he's made a keel for underneath the ships, underneath the boat, and the Marines are able to cross because the Karoseki is kind of giving this sea energy, kind of giving out this sea energy, and the Sea Kings are not able to see them. Okay, that is something very important as well, because they were very nicely protected in Amazon Lily until this revolution, let's say, that Vegapunk has created with this discovery. Okay, so we introduce the captain of that generation that is super gorgeous and beautiful, Gloriosa. Gloriosa is, modeling, posing there. Look how beautiful I am. I'm very tired of being so beautiful and everything. All the girls around, all the crew around is crying, happy, whistling at her and everything, like we see with Boa Hancock. Apparently this is something that being the leader, being the captain of this group, is very tight of being beautiful. So all the generations are absolutely gorgeous, and we see this through all the characters that we have in the story. Okay, Gloriosa, we have seen Gloriosa many times. We know that she's part of the Rocks Pirates because she's been shown lately with the Rocks Pirates in this couple of sagas. Okay, we realize a couple of episodes ago that she is one of them, and that is very interesting story. Okay, we know her as well from before because she is the elder Neon. That is this tiny old woman that we have in Amazon Lily, that is helping Luffy, is advising Boa Hancock, etc., etc. And this is something very funny as well, that there is this kind of funny thing in Japan, that they say that the women, they kept themselves very, very, very gorgeous, very beautiful until 60, 70, and then suddenly from one year to another they become this kind of tiny woman. Like I think Oda is trying to caricature this aspect of beauty in the girls there, and I love it. Conversation continues happening here in the boat with the Kuja pirates. There is this very young girl that looks like it's an assistant of the captain, and this happens to be Tritoma. This is the absolute first time where we see Tritoma in the manga, Tritoma in the flesh. Okay, we know about her from a SBS. I think it was a SBS where Oda confirmed the generations in the in the captains for the Kucha Pirates, the leaders of the Kucha Pirates, and we had this kind of tree, this kind of scheme showing that Gloriosa was here, Shakky was there. There was one in silhouette, but then we had a drawing about her, like a simple drawing about her, and then we had Boa Hancock, but we haven't seen her actually in a story. This is the first time that is being revealed in a story. I made a post on YouTube here yesterday saying that very important, let's keep an eye on 1156, because let's move this a little bit, 1 second, so I'm not straight. Let me just recalculate 1 second this. Yeah, there we are. I went a little bit to the side about drawing this, but we can do. She's sitting in this kind of rock. So I said keep an eye on 1156 because the Go Mu name. Tritoma is very cute. Tritoma, I know Oda is drawing all the time the same, but Tritoma looks very much like Luffy. Are we having Luffy's mom revealed in this episode? We don't know. I may kind of do a calculation of ages in a bit to try to explain this, but there is a moment as well in the episode, in the chapter, where Shakky calls Gloriosa sister. Are they all of them a family? Gloriosa is the older sister, Shakky is the younger sister, and then Tritoma is the third sister, or even Gloriosa's daughter, because we don't have age for Tritoma yet. It could be. She looks like apprentice in the ship, she looks like an assistant, she looks like someone that is bringing the coffee, bringing the letters, bringing everything, and she has no kind of power yet. It's kind of, they are grooming her to be the leader that she will be tomorrow, okay? So that is that is interesting at least, okay? So just let's keep an eye on that while we carry on with the episode. Let's do the nice high heels that she's wearing here, these plain high heels. There are some things I want to mention about Shakky. Shakky, for a very long time, I think she may be Mihawk's mother, and Rayleigh is the father, and the outfits that she has, the design that she has, it is very Mihawk looking. The hair like this, the bob design for the hair, like with these pointy bits, is very Mihawk type of beard. The concept of these kind of textures as well that she has here, like a vampire woman, this is very Mihawk theme as well, with the whole Dracula, Mihawk from Dracula. I think more and more this is being revealed. We always thought that Mihawk may be some sort of royalty. When he's introduced at the beginning, he says a couple of comments like, "I don't hunt a rabbit with a big sword." That's why he uses the tiny knife for Zorro. And this term of rabbits has been used as well with the God's Knights, with this competition in God Valley to hunt people in God Valley. Let's keep an eye on this because this is very important. Shakky, we know now that she's from Amazon Lily and she was the leader of Amazon Lily, but what happened with Mihawk, this royalty, this beauty, because Mihawk is a very handsome guy in the story actually, so that beautiful Mihawk face may come from this bloodline. It could be as well. There is a lot of speculation as well if Mihawk has been a god knight as well. He could have been a Terrubito as well, a slave as well. We don't know. I have a nice video about Mihawk here and how I think he needs to be defeated before fighting with Zorro. I think the Zorro fight is not gonna happen. I think Zorro is already getting there. They're very strong, and because the circumstances that happened during the time skip, and in my opinion, as a fan of decades, I would prefer if the Vista fight is the one that is going to happen. Go to that video, click in that video, and you will understand why I'm kind of pro all these change in the story. Okay, so Gloriosa is very funny here, very childish, even she's the captain, and because what's happening is that Tritoma is bringing a lot of letters, a lot of love letters, and she's like, oh, so nice, what are those other cards there? And those other cards are for the first in command, the first mate, that is Shakky. So everyone is in love with Shakky, so Shakky has more beauty power than Gloriosa, and she's a little bit jealous. So we see that the Roger pirates are approaching, and Roger is trying to arrive well received, introducing himself. Hey, you know, it's me. We came to finally take Shakky. So they have been trying to take Shakky for a very long time. Because she's beautiful, or because she is important for the story? I wanna think because she's important for the story. All of the guys are completely in love with her. You see how Shakky shows up straight away, and she destroys them, not because she's physically strong as such, but because she is beautiful. So they are kind of succumbing to her charms. There is one person that is not able to fall for her, and that is Rayleigh. I think this is something very real as well, that happens in real life as well. The girls that you chase most of the time are not interested in you, and then the ones that you don't chase or you are not interested is the ones that are interested in you. And I think this is happening with her in this sense. Like, everyone is in love with her. Rayleigh is not paying much attention. He's more serious. He's more like a serious guy, like when Kobe is in Amazon Lily trying to capture Boa Hancock, that everyone is petrified but him, because he is actually very serious about this job, and he's not petrified. Like Momonga as well has measures to avoid the petrification when he goes to let her know that something is going on there. This is very, very weird. So I'm afraid we're gonna have to recalculate. Okay, so if we have the arm like this, we have this other arm needs to fall like this. Okay, this pencil, I am not enjoying it much for the sketch because it's very soft and it's not giving me interesting lines that I can see clear through the drawing. Okay, sometimes, like in this specific case, I am too focused in talking about the episode more than drawing, but we need to recalculate here a little bit. Okay, the neck is gonna be here, and then the head needs to be a tiny bit bigger, like this, something like this probably. Yeah, we need to sharpen it again. 1 second. Okay. So Shakky is just playing with all of them. He's playing with Roger, and that she doesn't want to be in captivity. There is a problem with the captivity concept here, and the woman and the Isle of Woman, because all of this story is Boa Hancock story. Okay, and introducing it as well, so we see the references with the rest of the girls here, and that must mean that they have been under attack for generations and generations, and all of these queens, because they are the queens, the leaders there, have had to struggle with this problem and fight the Marines, fight the oppressors, fight the Terroristas and everything. It's not only Hancock that had bad experiences with maybe Marejois, but all of them in general, and it makes it very interesting. I want to see the differences and why is all of this happening, but yeah, there is a lot of emphasis. There is Gloriosa is there emphasizing the idea of Roger, I'm in love with you, it's not enough that I love you, that you want Shakky, and Roger is basically not interested in Gloriosa at all. And this may be something very similar to what we see with Luffy. And there is a moment later where we see Gloriosa is fainting, falling from love sickness. Is the love sickness coming to Gloriosa in this specific moment, or she already have it? Because they say that the woman that suffers this needs to leave the country to be able to survive this sickness, okay? She can't stay there on her own. She needs to follow the man or follow the love, and etc. Straight away after all of this, they are taking the loot from Roger's ship. We see Garp's ship arriving, okay? And obviously Roger and Garp, they clash, and it's when Gloriosa faints like this. I'm just thinking, is she like Sanji? Maybe Gloriosa is like Sanji, and she likes Roger, she likes maybe Garp. Is she fainting because Garp now? Because she didn't faint first time she saw Roger. She's like being silly, being playful, being childish, being like, oh, Roger, you know, I like you, oh, yeah, this, that. But this faint moment, this sickness, love sickness moment, is when Garp shows up and clashes with her. So, could it be that Gloriosa is Garp's girlfriend, but they have different stories, and Gloriosa is on the sea because she is following Garp, let's say, and but Garp is not interested in being attached. Yes, she can have a family and everything, but she's not interested in being that attached, like the same relationship that he has with Luffy. That Luffy is his grandkid, yes, but whatever, you know, I'm gonna keep doing my things, I'm gonna leave you there, I'm gonna train you a little bit every now and then, but whatever, you stay there and, you know, grow on your own. I think there is a lot of problematic with this kind of paternal figures in One Piece, maternal figures as well in One Piece, and we may have that in Garp as well here. We may have that in Garp here as well. I always said, Dragon, it is not Garp's son. I think Garp's daughter is Luffy's mom. Dragon comes from another line, and when he came into the family, that this is something as well that they do in Japan and in many countries, he adopted the name of the family. In general, you can adopt the name of the man, the surname of the man, or the surname of the woman, okay? So, in the past as well, in more traditional countries, this used to be that you could have the name of the family. Let's say this family that I'm going into to marry is wealthy, let's say. It has like some kind of importance in the country or in this kind of area, and you are able to marry, let's say, in this some sort of nobility. It's not nobility as such, but like in the importance, okay? So you will kind of abandon your name, your surname, your family name, and take this one. I think this is what's happening here. I think Dragon, let's say that Dragon may even be as well son of Shebek, like Blackbeard, like Boggy and everything, and third brother there. Like, why not? Let's mix everyone, or we can have him being a family with Garling or something like that. Let's mix all of them together there. But the thing is, Garp is not his father. So what if Garp at some point meets Gloriosa? Gloriosa, they have a kid. That kid is Tritoma, because it's a girl, stays with Gloriosa. Garp says, ooh, perfecto. You go, take care of the girl. I'm gonna go do my business as a marine. I don't have to worry about her. And then we have Dragon, that was marine with Garp, saying, ooh, Garp, who is that girl there? Oh, that's my daughter. It will be a little bit of soap opera, but if you noticed, One Piece is being very, very soap opera lately, and this could be very interesting. So we have then Dragon falling in love with Tomiroma, that later she's gonna die because she's dead. We know that, it's confirmed that she's dead, and that's gonna create the Dragon, the revolutionary. It could be very interesting. And then we have Nico Robin being daughter of Dragon as well. So there are, all of them are kind of having sons and daughters with different people, because they are pirates and they are free and they are traveling the world, and the concept of family as such is different in One Piece. That can be very, very interesting in my opinion. I think I would like that, because you see how this kind of tree is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm gonna put here the theory about Nico Robin is Dragon is Nico Robin's father, because it can fit here very, very well. And as you can see, it happened again. I just started talking and I wasn't drawing, so let's do just 1 minute of silence here, and let's try to figure out Shakky's head. Normally I start by the head, and I'm able to create the body again, checking the size of the head, but this time I've done it the other way around, and I don't like to do it that way. So let's try to do the bob very nicely, like this here, the face, and this, and now, yeah, I'm thinking something like this. We will do very nicely when we have the line work in a moment, okay? But yeah, something like this, I think it works. Let me see. Yeah, something like this works like this. The neck is a little bit thicker here. And then we have, as I said before, that I was drawing before, the design for these kind of bat wings, like Mihawk kind of things that he has, the Mihawk theme, okay? Look at this. There is a lot of speculation, like Luffy is the chosen one. Like in all the stories we have, the chosen one is the main character, like, and that's okay. The thing is, what are these tiny black wings from Lunarian? Who is coming from Lunarian here? Are the Gujas descending of Lunarians? They have a lot of Amazon type of, obviously, design. Do we know other people that are kind of Amazonian type of design, like more tribal design? Yes, we do. The people from the Sky Islands, like Viper and the rest of the guys there. So I wouldn't discard the idea that all these people are descendants as well from the Lunarians. Luffy needs to be connected to all of them, needs to be descendant of all of them, so it can be very interesting. This would make Rayleigh as well some sort of uncle for Luffy if this story is real, but let's I think I got this more or less. Let's do this other part underneath as well. Yeah, I think it's time to jump into 0. What do we do? 0.2 maybe? Yeah, 0.2. Let me see. Yeah, 0.2. So the clash of pirates happens, and you know, Haki all over. They are very, very Luffy looking, all of them, both of them, very Ace and Luffy looking. I love it because it's a little bit of remembrance for Ace as well, and very interesting. There we jump into a kind of a mini story in the middle of the story. I think it's a little bit out of place, but as I explained in my Herald video that I'm gonna put here as well, there needs to be a change in Loki. Okay, we are going now into Elbaf realm. We are seeing a little bit of flashback. Loki being a kid, being younger, and he's drowning. And there is a guy. There is a sailor. It doesn't look like a pirate. He's like a sailor that has saved him. And funnily enough, we see how there is love. I said in that video, there is gonna be love showcased in this flashback. So we were writing the theory from Harald towards Loki. Harald is very invested in Loki's well-being here. He's like, oh my god, it's your fault, but thank you, blah blah blah. And then we see Ilva again. She made Harald change. And now she's showcasing love towards Loki. She's inviting Loki to live with them. She's saying, basically she's saying, no one loves you. No one is worrying about you. You are clearly having these issues. And she's being a very, very sweet woman and inviting him to live with them. For her, he is family. And I think that is very nice. I said in the Lola video as well that it's there to watch. Lola will change as well Loki in some sense, and I think all of these things are happening. All of these things are happening. There are signs of love coming towards Loki, but the issue that we are having here is that Loki doesn't know how to handle it. He's never had it. He's already like a kid, like a pre-teenager here, pre-teen, and he never had it for ages. And now he's trying to see what is this. What is this? I don't know what is this. I don't know what this woman wants from me. I don't know what you want to be taking my money, taking my things. You want to live in my castle because I am the true heir. And then, you know, Jarundin is getting upset and everything. Like, we are seeing how he can't cope and he can't handle. And the basic explanation is he can't understand love. And it is an introduction. It is an introduction. I'm waiting now for, in this flashback, and we need to see Lola. As I said it many times, we need to see Lola and let's see what she's gonna do, okay? Let's do this Mihawk eyes that she has. Very beautiful Shakky as well. Since day one, I loved her design, and being in the pub and everything in the bar, being silly with Luffy, being a follower of Luffy, like oh, Monkey-chan, I am your follower here. That's been very, very nice. Okay, so let's do all of this design. This like that. The arm is hidden here because she's holding her arm like this. Okay, and then we have this one here. And we will do all these tiny details in a moment. I think I wanna... Can I do it with this? Can I do it with this? A little bit thicker? Yes, I can. As I said at the beginning, I am not gonna be using the colors that you know for Shakky in the anime. I do not like them. I think it's too colorful for Shakky. Shakky is a very dark character, in my opinion. If we follow this kind of theory that she is Mihawk's mom, we need to make her more dark, and I'm gonna paint with purples and red 100%, okay? So don't get upset if this is not matching the colors, okay? Let's do these details. I thought it would be nicer if I do it like this. Yeah, it looks very nice like this. It's like this, and the arm as well here. I want to make it black as well. I'm gonna do totally Dracula here, Dracula style, Dracula design, and kind of Vampire Queen completely, 100% here, okay? So let's carry on a little bit with the story. We have this kind of comment that from that time that we have this kind of mini flashback with Loki non-stop since that moment started to kind of want to be more and more with Rocks and probably listening his stories and everything. Very nice. We need to create that because he is the Shanks, and remember that he is the Shanks of Loki. Let's do this kind of design as well for here. Okay, looking good. Looking very nice so far. And I want to know your opinions. Okay, so as I said at the beginning, everyone that is here should be already aware of what happens in 1156. So please feel free to down below in the comment section, open conversation, express your opinion, what did you like, what you didn't like, what is your thought about Gloriosa, what is your thoughts about Shakky as well, okay? Maybe it's a little bit small, but I think it's nice. Normally I would draw the whole thing first, but there is so many dark areas that I think it can benefit from me drawing it straight away like this. Yeah, like this. We jump again. We are now in Hachinosu, very young Hachinosu, the rock that we know that is in a shape of a pirate head. With a handkerchief on the head and everything. It is not that shape actually, so the guys there are some pirates, there are plenty of pirates there already, and that they are mentioning that this is a fish, it's supposed to be a fish. There is someone who is arriving here, trying to reach where Rocks is people, all of them are, and basically we have some pirates, mocking him, like, oh, what do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Not everyone can go there to see rocks. Only kind of the strongest one, the chosen ones, blah, blah, blah. They're kicking him and everything, and then the face is revealed to be Kyo, the wicked future Silver Axe. Silver Axe is one of those names that has been dropped multiple times. I think we are comfortable to confirm now that the guy in silhouette that we only see the glasses in this kind of intro of the Rocks Pirates like ages ago is this guy. Silver Axe was as well one of the zombies in Moria's saga in Thriller Bark. So yeah, all of these guys ended up in a very bad situation, and Moria took them all. So very clever Moria, very clever. Let's do the finger like this, and the hand here. Okay, and the cigarette, because she is a heavy smoker as well. Smoker, where are you, smoker? Because we want to see you, we want to see what are you doing and where are you going and everything. Come on. Let's do this like this. Nice, very nice. The waist here, she's wearing the short top like this. Okay, this is like, it's going like this, okay, it probably has a zip there in the middle, and then it's like this. If you're wondering how is this working, like this. Okay, looking very nice, to be honest. It has a very nice, interesting and strong introduction. The Silver Axe guy. It looks like all those X's. There is a X as well on his chin. This is gonna be X Drake Grandpa, most probably. We see DS Barrel. It's not DS Barrel. It's X Barrel pirate in the Law flashback. He was the one who had the Opi, and we see a very young teenager Drake as well there, while Law is there, a very young teenager as well. And this guy looks bad, and I think this is one of those things that maybe made Drake to change sides. I think Drake's story is not done yet. I think Drake is the one who saved Law. I'm gonna put the video here, and I think Drake is coming back and having, the command of Sword and revealing that Law was in his team all along and everything. I think Oda is giving us clues without giving us much. Like this is like, this reminds you to someone. Yes, it's Drake. What happened with Drake? Drake is this, is that. Who is connecting he with? And all of these things. And I find it very interesting. So, in this very moment is where we have this kind of Very artistic moment of Rocks. That Rocks is just punching a couple of holes in the Hachinosu mountain, the fish mountain, and now is when he is redecorating the home and makes it look like a pirate head with the eyes, with like a skull, okay, with the eyes and everything. And he's like, you know, saying that, oh, we needed this hair and everything. There is a very nice image that I hope they handle beautifully when they do the anime. Please do it nice. This kind of leader and kind of visionary as well, kind of image of the whole just happened. He's very tiny in the silhouette, looking towards Hachinosu, looking towards the infinity of the sea, and his crew are like wild animals around him, only with silhouettes. I love when Oda draws silhouettes, and this one, please, Toei, I know you may be watching this at some point, please just do that scene nice, because this moment is Roxy's moment. This is kind of him crowning himself as, yeah, this is me. Let's do this. I think I need to do the feet bigger, a little bit larger, okay? So let's do this. Let's do this. And let's do this. It's gonna be a rock here, and then the feet is gonna be, it needs to be considerably larger, I would say. It falls like this. Yeah, at least something like that. Here as well. We'll do the same here, okay? Yeah, it works like this. And she has all this design like flowers, because we all know that the girls from Mason Lily, all of them have flower themes for the names, okay? So let's do all of these designs. I am definitely gonna do this is random, okay? This is, I'm just doing some. I'm definitely gonna do this black, because again, this kind of vampire Mihawk type of theme. Okay. Ah, so nice. So nice. I am enjoying so much this drawing. I'm enjoying so much this chat for this episode. I have my favorite saga is Water 7. We all know this, and Elbaf is becoming one of my favorite sagas. Is getting very tight there with Water 7. All the information that we are having, all these rocks pirates, and all of this, I am absolutely loving it. There are a lot of people that kind of don't share this opinion. They want just to go back to the main story and let's see what's happening with Luffy and everything. That's okay, I want to see that as well, but me, personally, I'm someone who draws, writes, and creates his own stories and everything, and I am always more interested in the lore. I'm always more interested in how it's made. For example, I am, checking a lot of extra information, like when you have a movie, or I'm probably you have some DVDs at home or some old CDs at home, or maybe you have like a movie that you bought on a stream from like Netflix or Disney Plus or something like that, and some of these, they come with extra information, how it's made, how they done the effects, for example, for a movie, how the concept has been developed, how they went to scout locations, like for Lord of the Rings, for example, as well, for the concept designers to create the ambience and the concepting for the whole story. And I enjoy that the most in the pipeline, the creation of a project, the initial part of the project. That I enjoy the most. That is what I do. And when I'm watching something, that I love so much, like in this case that we are here, One Piece, I I would love to see some of the Oda's sketches, for example, for characters that they have never been released or will never be released. I would like to see options that they may have, Oda may have had, for example, for powers that he never used or he was planning to use, but he used for something else. Other ideas of islands that maybe never happened. Probably he has as well a map of the world. I have some of my stories, a map of the world here as well, of my own things, and it is very nice. So when chapters like this happen, or flashbacks like this happen with rocks and all the information, I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see more, and I want this flashback to finish, yes, because I want to continue the story, but at the same time, I don't want this to finish ever, because we are getting so much lore and so much information. I got so excited. It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing at the beginning of the episode with Gloriosa, with Shakky, with Roger on the floor, and Shakky mocking him like, oh, this and that, and, winking the eye, and Rayleigh being like, ooh, she's, winking at me and everything, and so funny. I couldn't stop laughing, and I think this is One Piece. We are seeing the childish and the joking part of Roger more and more, and it's nice to see because it is very One Piece. I miss, and I should do a drawing of Roger, and I should actually talk about this in a full video. But I miss the scary Roger, the Roger from the beginning. It is horribly pirate, like oh my god, that is fear. That is Roger seen through the eyes of the common people. How terrifying the Pirate King would be, and I love that from Roger, and I would love to see more about that. Like, I would like to see Roger from other eyes, that he is scary. And not in the sense of silhouette scary, like Oda draws silhouette scary, but scary like at the beginning. And I would like to see as well, there is this filler where Luffy, I think I mentioned it in a previous episode, there is this filler where Luffy goes into a pub, and there is a guy that is an old man there as well, that he used to be like a really big guy from Roger's era, and that pub that he is kind of manning there, Roger used to go there, and he used to sit in a specific place, and Luffy goes and sit in the same place, and then this guy can see Roger silhouette on top of Luffy, like a shadow, like a spectre, like a ghost, and he's like, oh my god, this guy actually is gonna do what he's saying he's gonna do. And that Roger, with that outfit, with that kind of pose, with that kind of seniority to the character, I like it, and I like this funny Roger as well, but too pintoresque. I think too many colors for me. That's why I'm doing this one as well, a little bit darker. Too colorful. I want a little bit of the Roger Sirius, like I don't know. I miss that part a little bit, okay? I miss that part. Sorry about that. Just a couple of lines here as well. Do we have Shakky? I think we have her more or less. I think we do. It is time for start the color. Yes, it is time to start the color, I think. Just need to erase this couple of details because I done like 78 tests for the head of this woman, and still didn't convince me much, but well, we're drawing here. There is no cuts, there is no stop, there is just drawing here, okay? So I said I want to do colors like similar to Mihawk. So these tiny flowers, in my opinion, are some sort of red. So I'm gonna go for this kind of bloody brownish red, okay? Well, as I was saying, we stopped talking and focused talking about Roger for a moment when Shebek, Rox D. Shebek, opens these holes in the skull. He's shouting there like there are 2 devil fruits that he wants. One of them most likely is to be in Elbaf, and it's only gonna be working properly, or it's gonna be showing the true power only if Harald is gonna eat it. Rox has become friends with Harald at this point. He admires him. They clashed as equals in power. That is brutal to say. I'm saying lately that these guys are a little bit older than Garp, a little bit older than Roger. They are maybe a little bit of a generation above. These guys are very strong. You needed Garp and Roger to team up to stop Rox, so he is more strong. He's stronger than them. Harald clashed, so Harald is as well stronger than them, and we need to see what devil fruits is he after. You can think, oh, it's gonna be the Hito Hito model Nika, that is the Gomu Gomu, and it's gonna be the darkness fruit. You can think about that straight away, but I think it will be too obvious. Sometimes with Oda, the better option is to go for the obvious, and he's gonna do the obvious. But I'm just very curious. For this to be maybe other type of fruit. I don't want to be low. I don't want this to be the how is it called? The OP. I am think a little bit tired of the OP. I want to leave the OP for whatever is going to happen with Imu and all that story that I'm always talking about that. But I don't think I wanna think this has to do anything with the OP. Even if this kind of Grandpa Drake is here, I don't think that has to do. But it could be. Oda is giving Law a lot of importance. Law needs to be 100% yes. Needs to be at the end of the story, and because we have this conversation under Wano, so he needs to be there. And my concern is gonna be in what way, because he's been defeated already, so he has no right to be more pirate. So he needs to just assist Luffy, listen to whatever is gonna happen, but just in another type of support character. Okay, let's do this thing. We keep introducing again, because this flashback is to introduce basically all the Rocks Pirates, more of the Rocks Pirates. We see Captain John saying that they need the Galera guys. So those guys are a group of giants, and that it was very famous for their skills in making ships, basically, that they were captured a very long time ago, and they disappeared basically, and at the same time there is a legend of a frozen group of giants. These are, in my opinion, the same guys. Big Mom is confirming here, I heard nothing about frozen guys. So again, we are connecting these two concepts, the frozen guys and the Galela giant, in the same thing. Again, in my opinion, they were captured by the Marines. They were sent to Punk Hazard straight away to be experimented on gigantification, to do gigantification for the Marines, and that's why all of them are frozen down there. We see some faces that we may recognize from previous flashback as well into those frozen faces, so that I think is just a yes, that is a win, and that is 100% thing that is going to happen in the story, confirmed. This is again, Oda doesn't confirm most of the time, like, oh yes, you are right. What he does is shows an image or says a couple of comments, and oh, then we are right, you know, because we have seen this confirmation. Again, let's do purple here, because yes, we are following the Mihawk, kind of a Mihawk color scheme here. Okay, it's like this. This is why this is purple, and I think she may have like a sip here to sip this. Okay, I want to do this, another purple probably. This, in my opinion, has some sort of yellowish to it, but I'm gonna do the boots, the high heels yellow. So I want her to have this Halloween design, as I said 1,000 times already. Again, let's do the belt as well, like with reds. Okay, and we will need to do a couple of darks here. I want to do this a little bit more darker, and I have yeah, this is good because it's quite pale. I wanted to do it maybe darker, but it looks good like this pale. Yeah, it's looking nice. It's looking very nice. She is outside, so we will need to do little bit of lines here all over, like grass, and I have this as well. Whitebeard, and is there as well. We see Whitebeard. We have a lot of information about Whitebeard again. We have Straussen. We haven't had a specific confirmation. This is again what I was saying. We haven't had a specific confirmation of Straussen being a member of the Rocks Pirates, but we see that he is the one who takes Big Mom when she is a child and kind of twist her even more to become bad, let's say. That guy is evil. So it's obvious to think, and it's good to see here now, that because timeline and because circumstances, he should be with Rocks. I don't think he's a physically strong character to be with Rocks, because Rocks is looking for power, but I think he comes as a pack with Big Mom. So wherever he goes as well. And he's very skilled with the power that he has, with the kind of transforming everything into food. And we see that when the castle in Whole Cake is falling, and he cuts it, and it becomes like cake, actually, and no one dies for that situation. Very interesting. I don't like him. He has a very disgusting air to him, and he's very nasty, and knowing that he's not gonna die in the flashback or something like this, because we see him in the present time and everything, it's a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. Pirate Barbel is a catfish Gyojin. Why are you looking like Gear 5? Why are you looking like Rock's skull? Are you having Luffy's fruit awakened? Are you in Gear 5, some sort of Gear 5 Nika awakened, but you don't even know? Are you so strong that you awaken the fruit and you don't know how to keep it down? Gorosei confirms as well ages ago that the fruit, the Gomu Gomu, that happens to be the Hito Hito model Nika, has passed through hands, different hands during the generations. They know it because they kept some sort of track of it. That is okay. It will make sense if we see someone else having it before Luffy. This guy may be the one who has the fruit before Luffy, because remember that we have another flashback where we have CP9 at that time, who is moving the fruit from point A to point B, and this is intercepted by Shanks, and Shanks steals the fruit. Someone needs to be dead at that point for the fruit to be around there, so probably this guy, Barbel, died. Maybe that was Luffy's fruit, ended up with the government, they moved it, and Shanks took it. Why we have this? Why? Maybe the government, because they didn't awake, because this guy didn't awake as Nika and was basically a main character. Maybe they didn't give it much importance, or maybe they saw him just not being aware of what he has, the tool or the power that he has, and they said, oh, it's okay, he's very stupid, for example. He doesn't look like a stupid. He's kind of saying here like if those guys come to life, the Galela guys comes to life, why they should actually listen to you. So that is very interesting as well. I want to see what's going to happen with him. There is a very big image of him in the last panel. Kind of, he's taking a lot of protagonism in the last panel, and it makes me think why are you? We knew all of the characters already. We just needed to have the reveal of Silhouette Guy with sunglasses, that it happens to be probably Grandpa Drake. But you are new, and you are in episode 1156, episode Go Mu. This is what I said at the beginning. Just keep an eye on this episode, because many things may happen. Probably a lot of people are going to be talking about it online. I haven't seen. I don't know. I haven't seen any video or anything. But we are seeing this hair very godly in One Piece, very obvious. So I am kind of speculating here that this guy may have had that fruit, but we don't know further. Kaido is there already as well. Kaido is being Kaido and he's saying, why don't we just take everything that we want, just, we go kicking, punching there and we get everything. And Rocks is superior to Kaido in a way that you can't even start to imagine. He just kicks him on the face like he's nothing, and Kaido gets upset, wants to fight, and the other guy, I think it's Ganju, is kind of stopping him and everything. Shiki is as well going between Rocks and Kaido, kind of stop it here, and they kind of have a plan, and Kaido may be like more like a reckless type of character. They can't just go into Elbaf and just take whatever they want, because at the end of the day, and you don't see Rocks as a bad guy as such. I think Rocks is good, like Loki is good as well, and Rocks is like, yeah, Harald is my pal, Harald is my friend, so we are not gonna go there and destroy him and destroy his people. So he doesn't want to destroy Elbaf as such. He just wants to go for the world, and the world is Imu. Okay. Oh, look at this. Now it's looking nice. Little bit of a smoke. Obviously, little bit. A tiny bit of greyish tone. Unhealthy. Don't smoke, my nakamas. Don't smoke. Don't be Shakky and don't be Sanji. It may look cool, but it's not good. Looking very nice. Looking very nice. We kind of crown the episode with this full map, full lineup of Rocks pirates, the flag at the back, and all these guys there in the scene that is kind of follow me, basically saying, follow my destiny, I will take you to the World's Summit. The World Summit is how sometimes the Reverie has been referred to, but I do not think this is referring to I'm gonna take you to the next Reverie, because he was there in the Reverie. How, we don't know yet. Maybe he is a king, maybe he is not a king, but I don't think it's referring to that. When you refer to the summit of the world, it can be as well to the top of the world. This is like the summit of a mountain, is the top of the mountain, okay? So there is a lot of interesting things here, and there is no focus in the other characters that we are introduced in the previous episode, like Stossy, the Capon Beggy grandpa as well probably is there as well, the old Ochoku, that is the one who was leader of Hachinosu before Blackbeard being leader of Hachinosu. Shiki is there as well, we see Big Mom is there as well, Gansui is there at the back as well. This looks like a we haven't seen like a full design of him yet, but he looks as well like a long arm guy, very gigantic long arm guy as well, so that may be a character. We see a good thing that I love to see in characters, like we see Luffy. Luffy, it is always a good guy, and he doesn't discriminate. He is friends with everyone. He doesn't care about the race. He doesn't care about the status. He doesn't care about anything. He's just like a good vibes guy. We see Big Mom has a family from all over the world, from all over the races. That is good as well. That's achieved by force. That is not good. But at the end of the day, her kids are kids from all the races, and that is beautiful. That is unification. That is utopia, basically. Everyone living together. That's what Luffy wants. Everyone living together, no one being alone. But here in Rocks, we see the same. So this fame of Rocks being bad is far-fetched, because it's just because he went against the world government. But the world government in One Piece is bad. The Marines in One Piece are bad. So Rocks can have obviously his good things and his bad things, but Luffy, seen by the eyes of a random person living in, I don't know, the West Blue, living in his town with his family and his people, for him, for that family, Luffy is evil. Luffy is the devil. because he's the pirate king, he is like a jungle, he's a monster, he's like a giant, because some of them in Wano they say, oh my god, we thought this guy was a giant, it can't be Luffy. The fame that he's being given by the bad guys is as a bad man. But Luffy, what Luffy is doing is the hero's journey. He is saving the countries, he's making friends everywhere he's going, he's saving people, he's feeding people. When he passes through an island, he is making that island a better place. Okay? So I don't think Rox is gonna be that bad. I think Rox wanted to take over, yes, because he has his own ambitions, and we still need to be all those things. We need to see all those things. Why this reveal? What is gonna happen there? But the guys with him are controversial, at least. But I don't think that's gonna be all to that story. Okay, I think there is gonna be a duality in Rox that we have seen already with Blackbeard and Buggy, the silhouette of the wanted poster. All the speculation that we've been talking as well about Buggy being son of Shebek as well, because Shebek is gonna have blue hair. We talked about it in the channel a couple of times already. But the duality as well of there is gonna be here a character that is drinking from this wheel, the inherited wheel, that famously known in One Piece, the inherited wheel. There is one character that is going to be drinking from the negative and the bad and the cruel aspect of Rox, and that is Blackbeard. Blackbeard is going to have him as a reference figure, but he is not gonna have the whole picture. Okay, he's gonna be following the bad part of Rox, and then we're gonna have another one that I think is trying to follow the good part of Rox, and I think that is Dragon. Putting Buggy aside, because Buggy is gonna be doing his own thing. He will end up being the king of the world. Yes, he will end up sitting on the throne. Yes, by accident. Yes, but Dragon needs to come in the picture and needs to be connected here somehow. We can't connect all of them. We can't connect all of them this nicely and leave Dragon out. Okay. Kaido, Roger, Rox, Garp, the Kuja Pirates, now Shakky, Rayleigh, Shiki, all of the big guys are here, all of the big guns are here. What does Buggy want? To find the treasure of Captain John. Where is Captain John? Here. You see, Buggy has his own agenda. Everyone is talking about power. Oh, we need to go to Harald, we need to get this fruit, we need to get this other fruit, I need 2 fruits. What is Captain John doing that is there? Because they be backfight like all of the rest of the guys. Captain John is, yeah, I think we need more money. So Captain John is in his own thing as well. So I like it. Very nice, very interesting, and very deep. We are going deep into the lore of One Piece, and I can't wait to see more episodes. 1157. Always Oda in the round numbers does something big. Let's see what's gonna happen in 1160 as well. Important. Let's keep an eye on the 56, the 1156 number as such, the Gomu number. That barrel pirate guy can be having Luffy's fruit. I would say he is as well having this kind of necklace. I don't remember the name, but I think it's some Taoist kind of pearl or design that like Ace has. Is telling you, hey, look at me, I look like Ace. Hey, look at me, I am like a Gyojin. Hey, look at my hair, I look like Luffy. Hey, look at me next to the Rox Pirates, that my head is in flame like Rox Pirates. Maybe this guy is kind of the hostage of Rox, in the sense of you are my name. Someone can be the sword of Shebek, okay? The sword of Shebek. like the Blackbeard ship. Someone can be the right wing of the Pirate King, the wings of the Pirate King, or the right arm or the left hand of the Pirate King. Someone can be the voice of the Pirate King, for example, and this guy can be the soul. Let's say I'm keeping you here because you have the fruit in you, and I don't want to kill you because I don't know yet how I'm going to use this fruit, for example. And then the fruit escapes because the fruits have their will of their own. Something like that, it can be very interesting. And I finished already the drawing, I finished everything here. I just gonna reconvene 1 second and go to the beginning. We said about Tritoma. So, Rayleigh is 78, Garp is 78, Roger is 53 at the time of death. That's 24 years ago, 25 years ago more or less, counting the time skip. So now in theory he should be as well the same age, 77, 78. Shakky is a little bit younger, she is 64 years old, and there is this moment, as I said at the beginning, there is this moment in the episode where when Gloriosa faints with the love sickness, that she is running towards her, helping, and says, "Sister." It can be a mistranslation, and they are not sisters at all. If she is the captain, Gloriosa is the captain, your subordinate in this case, and the first in command, she wouldn't call you sister because you are the captain. There needs to be a respect there. Luffy. Zoro is not calling Luffy brother. We see there is a little bit of differentiation there between captain, yes, and first in command, yes. So sister, if it is actually a proper translation, it is because it is the sister. I want to see what the Japanese readers are going to be saying about his Japanese translation as well, because I think it's very important. If Shakky is the little sister of Gloriosa, let's assume that it's minimum 65. Minimum 65 to be older sister, because Shakky is 64. So, but she looks older. So let's assume, I would say, that she may be between 8-10 years older than Shakky, and that puts her in the same range as Roger and Rayleigh and Garp. If she was lovesick because seeing the clash between Roger and Garp, she's absolutely in love with Roger, but Roger doesn't give that back. Obviously, we know that Roger didn't have kids with her. We know Roger had kids with Porgas the Roach, and that is Ace. In theory, as far as we know. I think that's a little bit dodgy as well. I will explain about this in another video. I talk about it in my Ace video, but we will keep talking about this when I draw Roger. And maybe she was so impressed with Garp. She has seen Garp multiple times. She is in love as well, like Sanji, with various people, specifically maybe Garp. Maybe in one of these initial encounters, They had a daughter, and that daughter is Tritoma, okay? And Gloriosa said, "Hey, I need to keep this girl because it's a girl with me, the Kuja Pirates. I'm gonna kind of prepare her to be my heir." And Garp said, "Good, it's your business. I am gonna go and keep doing my own thing because that's what I like to do." And then Garp has in his team, like Kobe and Helmepo, young Akainu and young Dragon, that they were like brothers. That I'm going to put that theory here as well. One of the most watched and the most liked theories in my channel. And then Dragon fell in love with Garp's daughter, that happens to be Tritoma. It makes sense. It makes sense. The age fits. And then they have this kid that is going to be Luffy. But obviously Dragon as well have the same story like Garp. Dragon may have another woman in the meantime, before meeting Tritoma, that is Nicolvia. and Nicole Via, they had a kid that is Nico Robin. But both of them said, oh, we have business. Nicole Via is going to travel the world chasing the poneglyphs, and Dragon is going to travel the world chasing and creating the revolutionary army. Because he lost Nicole Via in Ohara, he didn't want to attach himself to Tritoma, and when he attached himself to Tritoma, Tritoma died. Loved him so much that died, maybe. They said that she loved of love sickness. Maybe she decided to stay, Dragon couldn't stay, he left, and he died. It's his fault. So there is this soap opera going on here that it can be very, very interesting. Nakamas, we finished for today. I want to know your thoughts. I want to believe very hard that because it's 11:56, there are references to the Gomu Gomu, references to Luffy here, yes or yes. References on how Garp and how Roger look so similar to Luffy and Ace, and Luffy specifically, how Shakky is being here and we don't know why she has such importance here, we don't know why Gloriosa is having such an importance right now, we don't know why Rayleigh is going to be such importance now, and then we have this guy looking like Gear 5. There is a lot of in between the lines in this story. I want to know your opinions. Maybe I'm completely wrong and completely mistaken, but I want to dream, and I'm very excited. It's been for a very long time that I haven't felt this excited about one episode. There's been a lot of interesting things happening in Elbaf, and I've been liking it so much. But this excited for an episode, I haven't been in ages. And that is nice. That is good, and that keeps me wanting to do more videos, more theories, more ideas, more speculation, more everything. So let's sign for today because we finished, okay? This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Man Dragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you like the theory, the analysis, the review of the episode 11:56, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.